Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Good Grief Life After Loss. We don't need to touch much on Thanksgiving, but this is just a gentle note that I hope everyone had a wonderful day and it was as good as it could be. But we are done with one holiday and we are on to the next. So today we are talking about something that I feel like many people are quietly Googling around this time of year, and that is, what do you gift someone for the holidays when they are grieving? And I'm not just talking about when they recently lost someone, because I think we all know at this point, holidays can be hard even when you've lost someone 5, 10, 20 plus years ago. It doesn't matter when the loss was, the holidays just bring out the worst parts of our grief. We all know at this point, grief does not follow a timeline, and the holidays tend to bring up the love and the memories, but also the missing and the sadness and the pain and the grief. So today's episode is all about holiday gifts for long-term grievers. Gifts that are thoughtful and comforting and meaningful without being heavy or overwhelming and having this added pressure for the griever. So let's get into it. So I think at this point we're all aware that our consumerism culture has completely unnecessarily built up the importance of gifts around the holiday season. However, I do want to share why I think holiday gifts especially matter for grievers. Because giving a grief-sensitive holiday gift is not about fixing anyone. It's definitely not about providing a solution to their grief and their pain. It's simply about saying, I remember who you lost, I see what you carry, and I am here for you. And that alone can be such a relief, especially during a season that's supposed to be so joyful, but to grievers often feels bittersweet. Like, to have someone simply acknowledge their awareness of your pain and what you're going through is so powerful and so important. And again, this episode is not necessarily geared towards those early grief days, though of course it could be, but the point of this episode is that we have to remember people are still grieving years later, and they still need extra support around the holidays, even if it's 20 years later. So today's episode is about gifts that work no matter when the loss happened, even and maybe especially if it's decades later. Before I get into my list of gifts for grievers, I feel like I have to first pat my back, toot my horn, whatever we're going to call it, on my favorite example of a gift for grievers that I have gotten. So the best example is one I gave last Christmas. I actually had a painting made for Harry's family. It was a beautiful painting. I found someone on Etsy who did it, but it's a painting of their house they've lived in their whole lives, and their dog Teddy, who unfortunately had passed away the year before. He was sitting in the front yard in front of the house. He looked so good there, like that was his spot. And then in the sky, I had the artist add a red cardinal flying by because they see red cardinals as a sign from a loved one who has passed. And this painting just came together so perfectly. And honestly, it wasn't sad, it wasn't heavy, and it wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be thoughtful and personal and full of love. And I feel like that's the sweet spot of grief-sensitive holiday gifts. Like, you're not trying to give something that's going to make them super sad and upset every time they look at it. You're trying to give something to them that's going to make them have a quick moment of remembrance or just smile for that 1 second they walk by it or they see that gift, whatever it is. So that's kind of what we're going for with the theme of gifts this holiday season, okay? So I have kind of come up with 6 different categories of holiday gifts for grievers. We'll see how this goes. And let's just preface before I get too far into this list, I'm going to do my best to link everything in the episode description. So if you don't see it there, feel free to reach out to me if you liked the idea and you want to get it to your griever. And also, I am aware Black Friday has just passed. Cyber Monday has since passed. All the holidays, all the deals and discounts are gone. But let's be honest, 1, the deals weren't even good this year. And 2, we all know the deals are going to continue up probably until Christmas Eve. So I think we're going to be fine here. But I apologize if anyone really wished they had the Black Friday discount for any of these items. Okay. Getting into category 1, memory gifts. First thing, like I said, a custom watercolor or illustration. And it doesn't have to be a picture of literally their face. Like, it can be of a scene of like the house they grew up or a place you went. Or I have a painting in my apartment, which I love, that my grandma made. And it's a beautiful mountain landscape with some fall leaves and trees. And to the outside eye, it just looks like a beautiful painting. But I know that she has named the painting Sam's Place. So it has this extra significance, even if there's not this giant painting of Sam's face on it. So something subtle still provides a lot of meaning. Option number 2 is a photo ornament, whether you're literally printing out a picture and putting it on an ornament, or finding someone locally who can do a beautiful painting of the person they lost, or a place or something to put on to a wooden ornament. And if you need someone, I have someone, so reach out. And another idea is a framed recipe written by their person. I feel like a lot of people aren't handwriting recipes these days, but I know like my mom, my grandma, they have handwritten recipes, and I think it's such a cool idea if you can frame the recipe in the person's handwriting, if it's a recipe that's super meaningful that maybe like their parent used to make them. Love that idea. And lastly, just a printed photo of a place that their person loved or a place they used to go together. These gifts, really the point of them is to just quietly say, I remember the person you lost, and I remember the experiences you shared together. The second category of gifts are more symbolic gifts, which these are kind of meant to be simple reminders that connect to signs and spirituality or messages of comfort. I will say this gift is great for the right person, maybe not for other people. Some people just aren't spiritual and don't connect that way, so this takes a little bit of awareness for sure. So the first one, we're kind of continuing on the ornament theme, but like if they see their person as a red cardinal or as a blue butterfly or as a bunny, whatever it is, get an ornament of that figure, I think is so cute and sweet. Very simple, and it's these like little subtle things where you're not going above and beyond and too extreme. You're just giving them a little reminder so that every year when they're decorating their tree, they get to pull out this ornament and smile. I love that idea. I need to do that for myself. Wind chimes, we have been gifted and now have been giving other grievers wind chimes for a very long time. When Sam first passed away, someone gifted my dad a wind chime that was a deconstructed ski pole. It looks super cool. I'll see if I can find a picture and post it. But for us, it had such a connection, not only because Sam was a skier and my family loved skiing, but growing up in Park City in the mountains, it felt so fitting. And so now every time the wind blows through the backyard, Sam's chime is, playing music for us, which I love. So I think wind chimes could be really cool, and it gives your person, again, a gentle reminder each day when the wind blows that it's a sign from their person. And last thing is a gentle remembrance candle. There are certain candles out there that are meant specifically for lighting to remember your person. And for some people, they really connect with the concept of lighting a candle for their person. So if you can get them a candle that's going to last a really long time, that's going to look really nice, or they can spend just 5 seconds a day to light that candle and think of their person, I love that. I feel like symbolic gifts can be really meaningful for someone who finds meaning in signs. And there are a lot of those people out there. I think anyone who was at my show with Maureen the Medium would appreciate any of these symbolic gifts. So keep those in mind. The third category is cozy, comfortable gifts. And I'm aware that this applies to literally any human, grieving or not. But I think when you're grieving and you have bad days and all you want to do is just curl up on the couch and cry and scroll through the pictures of your person or watch a sad movie, whatever it is, why not do it in comfort, okay? And these gifts I think are definitely more subtle. They're less obvious that I got you this because you're grieving, but it's yeah, but this gift is still going to support you through your grief. So whether it's a really nice soft blanket, robes, slippers, some tea, a weighted blanket, don't have one, would love to have one, heard great things, or a cozy movie night in kit. My absolute favorite thing to include in this category is a custom blanket from Project Repat. I have talked about this company before. I absolutely love this company, their mission, what they do. They take old t-shirts and turn them into a beautiful quilt. So my mom and I had a suitcase full of Sam's clothes when we came back from Australia, and it was what are we gonna do with this? We can't get rid of it, but we can't just keep it in a suitcase in the garage for years and years, and every time we move, just bring it with us. And this was the absolute most perfect solution we could think of. So we sent off 15 of Sam's t-shirts to Project Repat, and they repurposed them, restructured them, had to cut them up a little, but they made them into a beautiful quilt that they sent back to us. And now it's like, I can't imagine if you're having a sad day and crying and missing your person, there's no better feeling than getting to wrap up in a blanket full of their clothes. So again, this will be linked below, but I really love Project Repat. And even if you're giving this to a griever and you don't feel comfortable taking their person's clothes from them for this, just get them a gift card or like pre-buy a blanket that then they get to decorate themselves. I think this is a really helpful gift. But overall, besides that one, all of these like cozy, comfortable gifts, they don't scream grief. They just scream support. They're like, I'm just supporting you through a tender season, and that's it. And I think any griever, again, would appreciate these. So the fourth category of gifts is all about practical holiday support, because I think at this point we all know that grief plus holiday overwhelm equals pure, complete exhaustion. So a few easy, really thoughtful gifts. One, a cleaning service. If you know, like, they are so overwhelmed, maybe they're a single parent, whatever it is, like, I think anyone would appreciate someone coming to clean their home during the holidays. So a gift card to a cleaning service, or like a meal delivery gift card, or grocery deliveries. Even if it's like a pre-prepped baking kit for cookies or bread or brownies, whatever it is, something that just makes the season a little easier. Honestly, I feel like those are often the best gifts. And again, these don't feel like getting someone like a cleaning service gift card or a meal delivery doesn't feel like you're trying to fix the problem or say like, I see you're struggling over here. It's like, hey, I'm just giving you a little extra support and a little extra comfort this season. I love it. I think they're great. And honestly, these are ones that maybe are more useful in the early days of grief, but I feel like a lot of people who have lost someone experienced so much comfort and maybe were gifted a service like this in the early days, but then all of a sudden they stop and you're like, man, that was nice that one time someone sent me groceries. Would be great if someone did it again. Boom. Here's the time. Okay, we're almost there. I have two more gift categories. So the next one, the fifth category, is experience-based gifts. Because I think we all know giving objects is the most prevalent thing during the holidays, but moments of rest, joy, connection, whatever it is, these experiences also stand out most. So a massage or a spa gift card, like classes to yoga or meditation class. I also think if you have a griever in your life who used to love going to a basketball game with their person, or they loved this one artist and their person loved this one artist, or they always wanted to see the show, whatever it is, buying them tickets to that experience could be really cool. For me, I think of the Book of Mormon, which is what I asked for a Hanukkah gift from my dad last year. Sam absolutely loved the Book of Mormon show before anyone knew how bad, I guess, the show was in terms of language. My dad took Sam and I when I was like 8 and Sam was 10 to see the Book of Mormon, and Sam was in heaven. He thought it was the best thing to ever happen to him. So I asked for those tickets because I wanted to see Book of Mormon again. And again, like, that's a subtle thing. You don't have to say, like, I got you these tickets because I know Sam loved this show and so you want to see the show. Like, no, it's just, hey, I know you liked the show. I wanted to give you tickets, period. And then the last ideas here are just like a dinner reservation at a meaningful place, or a night or weekend away, because grief is exhausting and sometimes it's like, sometimes you just need someone to treat you. I think an experience-based gift is always a perfect option. And then lastly, the sixth category is grief journey-based gifts. And it's very important that these are not to fix someone's grief. They're just there to support the reflection and connection and to help someone through their grief journey. So whether this is like a gentle guided journal or a grief book, I feel like there are a lot of great grief books out there. My mom was gifted this little grief booklet, like a really mini book, and then she ended up ordering a bunch online, and now if she meets someone who is a griever, even if it's been 20 years since they lost someone, she'll share the book with them. It's something so small and so simple and affordable, but like it's still so meaningful and creates connection. Another idea which I love is a memory box, and even if that's not you like filling a box of their person's stuff for them, I think like I look around at my apartment and I have a bunch of random little things that hold meaning to me related to Sam, whether it's like bracelets and stickers from the Live Like Sam Foundation, or a shirt of Sam's that I'm probably not going to wear, but there's nowhere else to put it besides hanging in my closet. And when I'm home in Park City, I have a memory box, but here in Boston, I don't have a memory box. I don't have a place to put all of these things, so they're just scattered around my apartment. So I think if you could design or find like a really beautiful, well-made memory box, I feel like that's such a great gift that's like, hey, I want you to create this box yourself, but this is just the base, the bones to help you get started. Love that idea. Someone listening, give me that. Last one, a donation in their loved one's honor. I feel like this is really cool. And if you're like, this person wants something and they buy it for themselves and you're like, what is a gift to get this person? If you can just tell them subtly, or I don't know how to present this information honestly, but like, hey, I know this cause is really important to you or was really important to your loved one. And so I wanted to let you know that I made a donation in their honor. I think that's so cool. We've had people tell us before that they made a donation to, not to Live Like Sam, to other nonprofits, but in Sam's honor. And that's like a very cool feeling. And it makes, I don't know, it feels like, wow, like Sam's legacy is really making an impact and was so important to this person that they went on to make a donation in his honor. So I feel like that's a really cool gift idea. If you're like, I can't get this person a physical product, an experience, whatever it is, but I can tell them that I donated in honor of their loved one. Boom. Great idea. Okay, that is all I had for you on gifts for grievers. I do have a few more comments on this. So first, I want to talk about what not to give to a griever. This is a very quick list of things to avoid, but I do feel like it's important. Though if you're listening to this podcast, I hope you're not struggling with this problem, but it is important to avoid giving gifts that imply move on. An example of this would be if someone lost a significant other and your gift to them is this really nice, hot outfit, and instead of just giving them this great outfit, whatever it is, you're telling them, I got you this so that when you finally go on a date again, you'll have something to wear. No, do not do that. Absolutely not, okay? Other things to avoid are like overly intense, dramatic memorial items that feel overwhelming. Like, I don't need a giant painting of Sam's face staring at me every night. I don't know. And also gifts that feel really preachy or heavily religious. I remember in the very early days after losing Sam, I don't remember who gave me this, but someone gave me a necklace with a cross on it and told me to like keep it on me at all times to feel close to Sam. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a very religious person, so honestly that just like freaked me out and made me super uncomfortable. So don't force religion onto someone else during the holiday season. And then lastly, don't give them anything that minimizes their grief, and try to avoid anything that feels like you're trying to fix them or that acknowledges that you think there's a problem that needs fixing. If it feels like pressure, it feels like you're prescribing a way to grieve or to move on, let's just skip that this year. And I will also say, grievers are normal people, so you don't need to only give them gifts that a griever would benefit from. We like normal non-grief related gifts too. Okay, lastly, I want to talk briefly on how to actually give a grief-sensitive gift, because sometimes the hardest part is literally handing it to them. Like, you've done all the research, the shopping, you listen to this podcast, you have this great gift, and now this is kind of awkward and uncomfortable, and I don't know how to give it to them without making it weird. So here's just like a few really simple phrases that feel warm and not too heavy. First one, this is so easy. This made me think of your person. This made me think of you. Like, if someone gave me a gift and was like, this made me think of Sam, and so I thought you would like it. Here you go. Love that. You could simply say, I hope this brings you a little comfort during the holidays. Or, I wanted to honor your person in a gentle way, so I got you this ornament. Or, my personal favorite, no rush to open it, I just wanted you to have it. Because I do feel like a lot of the times when people are giving a gift to the griever, as the person giving the gift, you feel really good about yourself. Like, if I'm giving a gift to a griever, I'm like, man, I was so thoughtful and went the extra step and got them this gift and blah, blah, blah. But like, the griever shouldn't have to feel all this pressure to perform and make this big deal and look so happy and cry tears of joy and say thank you so much for this gift. Like, as a griever, it's very overwhelming sometimes to feel like your emotions have to match what other people are expecting of you. So I think to say, hey, open this gift in your own time, no rush, I just wanted you to have it. Perfect. I love that. But all of these are just simple, soft, safe, really easy ways to hand over a gift to a griever. In conclusion, let's wrap this up. This was already so much longer than I wanted it to be. Anyways, to wrap this up, Holidays can be beautiful, but they can also be so freaking brutal. And often beautiful and brutal are combining at the same time. And when you're grieving, a gift that acknowledges your person or that acknowledges your grief and your feelings, those gifts can mean so much more than people realize. Like, I don't think someone realizes how meaningful and important any of these gifts would be to the griever in their lives. So, like I said, I'm going to do my best to link everything below. If you have any questions or if you have more ideas, send them to me and I can post them on my story and share with other people, or maybe talk about them more next week. Leave a note in the comments. What is the best gift you have received as a griever? What is the best gift you have given to a griever, right? Like, brag a little. Tell us about the great gifts you give. And if this episode resonated with you, please leave a 5-star review. Please share it with someone who you think would benefit from listening. Again, thank you all so much for being here, for listening, and for caring so deeply about the people in your life who are grieving. Like I said, it matters so much more than you could ever know. So, thank you, sending lots of love this holiday season. I will see you next week, and we'll talk soon. Bye.